Well, think about this for your customers. Who do you want to deliver that promotion to? If your business is going to lose 10 or 15% on a sale, which customer does it make the most sense to deliver to? The best customers, they might buy anyways. The worst customers, they might not come back. So we'll answer that in a moment. But I want you to think about the implications of this particular metric, just having it available, and how it might change the way that you interpret the success of your marketing campaigns. So will you send somebody that particular email? You have a chance to land in their inbox. You're going to tell them, here's a coupon, or are you going to tell them that you're now GDPR compliant? And that's as far as it goes. These are real decisions that make impact. So that's the introduction. That is what we're working on, the problem that we're trying to solve. And what I want to give you are just things you can do today, how you bring this to life, how you make it real and actionable inside a business. The very first thing is to actually be able to calculate and integrate this metric. Now, there's a lot of data sources. We work with some retailers that have 17, 20 different data sources. You just really need 3 columns of data, which is a transaction amount, the date that it happened, and some identifier, non-PII, can be like a loyalty program number or key in your CRM system that allows you to tie multiple transactions together. That's enough to build that model. Now, in that case, when you're actually building that model, it needs to be at the individual customer level as well. So if you're at a firm that's working with an average lifetime value of all your customers, you miss those differences as to how much they're going to spend. So we want to get that down to the individual customer level. And of course, we can help with this. And since most of the work that we do in this space is backed by research that was done originally at the Wharton School, these are models that are open source so we can also share. So we can run them and help you, or we can give you the ability to run them in-house. You run these models, it outputs, it tells you what the lifetime value is, and then the third step is get it into a bidding and a reporting tool. Not to immediately take action. We'll talk about those steps. But today, just so that people can see it alongside their existing reports. So that when they're looking at a report to say we acquired a whole bunch of customers, you can say, are these customers going to spend a lot of money with us or not? You can just start to have that lens and that perspective. And the fourth step, the absolute necessity of doing today, is to make sure that it's available across an organization. From the finance organization to the product organization, everyone needs to at least see the numbers that you're using to make decisions. Lifetime value will matter a lot more than just a conversion number. This is talking about the success of the business, how successful the products are, the customers they're acquiring. So it needs to be more available than just within a single marketing silo. So now once you have this, now you have a metric. And the question is, how do you start to enact some change? What are smart advertisers doing? They're going out and saying, well, let's acquire more of these people that are going to spend a lot of money. That makes sense. And this is where it starts to get fun. Because in order to acquire more customers, what we're going to do is look at all your valuable customers already, and we're going to say, what makes them the same? What are they doing? How are they behaving? And then where can we scale? Now, I'll tell you, different channels, just simply where customers come through, will behave differently. Here's one study from Washington University in St. Louis, where they found out that customers that were acquired through Google paid search were going to have a 24% higher lifetime value than customers acquired through other channels. And what was remarkable about that was that that lifetime value was even higher when customers found a brand online and then still went in store for their very first purchase. You can share this entire study, but what we can also do is any other dimension, any other insight that you believe is relevant, whether it's if someone used a coupon code or if they got free shipping, if they bought during a holiday season, we can start to look at those various metrics and to say, how are they going to impact lifetime value? Now, these metrics here, these are illustrative. Although generally we see things like site visits perform really well to correlate to high lifetime value customers, how many times somebody visits your website before they make a purchase. People that are acquired during the holiday season generally aren't going to be worth a whole lot. We do see those behaviors. But some advertisers even go a step further and they say, well, we're pushing our mobile app onto customers. Does our mobile app change behavior, or does it just take people away from a website? Well, now we can actually look and say, well, what's the difference of someone that's using your mobile app versus not? Do they have a higher lifetime value? And if they don't, should we revisit the strategy to see how we bump that number a little bit higher? And we found some crazy insights across this as well. Demographic data, age, gender, household income, generally doesn't correlate to a lot in the retail space, at least when we look at long-term value. We find behavioral attributes, work much, much better. Things like Net Promoter Score. A lot of companies have this more accessible than an LTV, but we generally find that Net Promoter Score, the really, really happy customers tend to stick around and spend a lot. The really angry customers, you're unlikely to see them again. People in the middle, it's a wash. And then also share of wallet. And this one's fascinating. This was from some university research, and we'll share the links and studies with you guys. But we originally thought that the people that are spending the most with a retailer would also be spending the most of their retail dollars with this particular company. Say, wow, you're spending $10,000 with us. That's well beyond most of our customers. We must be getting all your money. As it turned out, there's no relationship there. The customers that spend a lot with your firm are likely spending a lot in the entire category. In some cases, you've captured all that money. In other cases, there's still a lot of opportunity and room to grow. So we've been adding on these types of metrics to say, you may be a high lifetime value customer. Do you still have room to grow? Or are you capped out?